Good morning, friends. Today topic is OCTFC, OCTCO, DG shipping, exit exam, question and answer, part 11. Question number 221. What is the other name for paraffin? Option A, naphthalene. Option B, propane. Option C, cycloparaffin. Option D, alkane. The correct answer is option B, propane. Question number 222. A self-contained breathing apparatus is used to option A, that is SCBA or CABA. Option A, make underwater repair to barges. Option B, enter area that may contain dangerous fumes or lack of oxygen. Option C, determine if the air in a tank is safe for men. Option D, resuscitate an unconscious person. The correct answer is option B, enter the area that may contain dangerous fume or lack oxygen. That means enclosed space area. So SCBA should be weird for places where there is depletion of oxygen. Enclosed space area, fire hazard area, firefighting field time, SCBA will be worn. So for question number 222, option B is correct answer. Question number 223. Each inert gas system gas main must have an automatic shutdown valve at the outlet of the gas protection plant. This valve must close automatically upon option A, blower failure. Option B, cargo pump failure. Option C, deck seal low water level. Option D, low inert gas temperature. The correct answer is option A, blower failure. This is a main inert gas valve, main valve, which is after the blower it comes. This is the valve will be opened once the oxygen, once everything is confirmed. The chief officer from cargo pump room, from the cargo control room, he will operate this valve. If there is a trip, blower failure, or IG system get tripped, this main valve will shut down automatically. So question number 223, option A is correct answer. Question number 224. Deficient oxygen content inside a confined space. Option A, litmus paper. Option B, a combustible gas indicator. Option C, an oxygen breathing apparatus. Option D, an oxygen detector. The correct answer is option D, an oxygen detector. Deficient oxygen content can be identified from O2 analyzer. So O2 meter. So option D is correct answer for question number 224. Question number 225. The total capacity of all slop tank on an oil tanker normally should be option A, 4% of the total oil carrying capacity of ship. Option B, 3% of total oil carrying capacity of the ship. Option C, 1% of total oil carrying capacity of ship. Option D, 2% of the oil carrying capacity of the ship. As per MARPOL, it was clearly mentioned that MARPOL Annex 1, option B, 3% of the total oil carrying capacity. For question number 25B is correct answer. That's what MARPOL Annex is telling. Annex 1. Question number 226. Which of the following is a cofferdam? Cofferdam is an empty space between the two tanks, or empty space should be present as per the SOLAS requirement between the cargo tank to the accommodation. Your slop tank is considered as a cargo tank, okay? Because we are carrying a wastage slop. As a waste slop is the wastage of the cargo tank. So that also comes under this regulation. So option A, chain locker. Option B, slop tank on an oil tanker. Option C, deep tank. Option D, pump room on an oil tanker. So the correct answer is option D, pump room on an oil tanker. Before the accommodation, there should be a cofferdam. White space should be there. So pump room will act like a white space between the slop tank and accommodation. So option D is correct answer for question number 226. Question number 227. Calorific value is a quantity of heat when unit quantity of fuel is burned completely. Option A, absorbed. Option B, released. Option C, consumed. Option D, required. The correct answer is release. What is meant by calorific value? Calorific value is defined as the amount of calories generated when a unit amount of substance is completely oxidized. So here, when this fuel is completely burned and it is fully oxidized, that fuel is completely oxidized, completely finished, and the calorific value is the amount of heat energy gained. That is calorific value by burning the fuel completely, and it is completely released to oxidized form. So option B is correct answer for question number 227. Question number 228. In a centrifugal pump, option A, the fluid moves in a direction opposite to the impeller. Option B, the width of the discharge pipeline decreases outwards. Option C, the fluid moves in the same direction as the pump impeller turns. This is half completed statement. The sentence is not completed in the options given in DG exit exam, but the complete sentence is this one what I dictated before. Option D, the discharge side has a negative pressure. So for question number 228, option C, the fluid moves in the same direction of rotation of the impeller is the correct answer for question number 228. Question number 229, whose permission to be obtained prior deballasting of ballast water at load at discharge port. Option A, master. Option B, chief officer. Option C, chief engineer. Option D, terminal representative. You are not doing ballasting, you are doing deballasting. That means what are the ballast water inside the ballast tank, you are going to deballast to the local water. For that you have to get approval from the port, that is terminal representative. You have to get approval from him. So for question number 229, option D is correct answer. Question number 230. Carbon dioxide extinguishes a fire by option A, heat removal or cooling. Option B, smothering or oxygen exclusion. Option C, flame inhibition. Option D, starvation of fuel. So CO2 removes the oxygen, which is CO2 is heavier than the air. It will remove the oxygen from the confined space. So it is cutting off the oxygen. That is a method used to extinguish the fire. So for question number 230, option B, smothering or oxygen exclusion is correct answer. Question number 231. Ballast water exchange should be done at least nautical miles from the nearest land and in water at least meter in depth. Option A, 100 nautical miles, 200 meter. Option B, 100 nautical miles, 100 meter. Option C, 200 nautical miles, 200 meter. Option D, 200 nautical miles and 100 meter. The correct answer is option C, 200 nautical miles and 200 meter as per Ballast Water Exchange Code BWTS code, Ballast Water Management Code Regulation B4. It states that 200 nautical miles, 200 meter. That is the correct answer. In most of the websites, most of the channels, most of the YouTube videos, they mention as 100 nautical miles and 100 meters as the correct answer for question number 231. Please don't take that answer. That is wrong. As per Ballast or BWTS code regulation B4, option C is correct answer for question number 231. Question number 232. The fitting at the end of a cargo line in a tank that allows suction to be taken close to the bottom of a tank is option A, vacuum valve. Option B, bell mouth. Option C, strainer. Option D, suction end. The end of the tank, the suction is present with bell mouth arrangement. So for question number 232, option B, bell mouth is the correct answer. Question number 233. You are planning to use a crude oil washing system. What precaution must be taken with the source tank for washing the machine? Option A, the oil in the source tank must be sampled for compatibility. Option B, at least 1 meter must be decanted from the source tank. Option C, the inerted gas system must lower the oxygen content in the source tank to a maximum of 12%. Option D, the source tank must have been crude oil washed at least once in the past 150 days. Source tank is a tank which is having the driving medium of fuel, driving medium liquid which is to be used for cow washing. For question number 233, option B, at least 1 meter must be decanted from the source tank. Decanted is nothing but removing the sludge from the tank. Decanting process by manual. This process called decanting. Completely clean the tank, empty the tank, and it is completely remove the sludge. Length at least of 1 meter is called as decanted tank. So for question number 233, option B is correct answer. Question number 234, an oil record book part 1 shall be retained on board for a period of option A 1 year since the last entry has been made, option B 1 year since the first entry has been made, option C 3 years since the last entry has been made, option D 3 years since the first entry has been made. So the correct answer for 234 is option C, 3 years since the last entry has been made. The record should be, for the period of 3 years from the last entry is made, the record book should be kept on board. This is as per MARPOL Annex 1 regulation requirement. So option C is correct answer for question number 234. Question number 235. Combustible gas indicators operate by drawing an air sample into the instrument. Option A, where its specific gravity is measured. Option B, when it is mixed with nitrogen. Option C, where it is ignited by a sparking device. Option D, over an electrically heated platinum filament. The correct answer is question number 235. D, over an electrically heated platinum filament. It is a bridge gauge is present in it. Out of the 4 resistors, 1 resistor is having heating element. It will be liberating the heat. When the gas is come into contact, combustion will be occur. There will be change in temperature. This lead to change in resistance. This will be detected by the combustible gas indicator. So for question number 235, option D is the correct answer. Question number 236. The fresh air intake of the inert gas system is option A, open when there is excessive vacuum on the deck water seal. Option B, prevents the flue gas from falling below an oxygen content of 3%. Option C, allows the inert gas piping to be used for gas freeing. Option D, enables outside air to mix with and to cool the hot flue gas. Question number 236, the correct answer is allow the inert gas piping to be used for gas freeing. There will be a separate wall arrangement or a end flash arrangement or door arrangement will be present in the IG line. Will be present in it. That is allowed to take a fresh air by the IG blower, and main IG valve will be kept shut. Boiler flue gas exhaust valve kept shut. So it will take IG blower will take the fresh air and put it in the system. This process is called gas freeing system. Fresh air is taken into the IG system by this method. So for question number 236, option C is the correct answer. Question number 237. While using a combustible gas indicator, if the hydrocarbon content of the atmosphere exceeds upper explosion limit UEL, the needle of the indicator will option A, move to the maximum reading, immediately return to the 0. Option B, remain at 0 without moving. Option C, move halfway up the scale. Option D, move to the maximum reading and stays there. The correct answer is option A, it moves to the maximum reading and immediately return to the 0. That it will swing to the full and return to the normal 0 value. That is the indication for combustible gas indicator having exceed the UEL value. Option A is correct answer for question number 237. Question number 238. In case of failure or erratic reading of fixed oxygen content meter, the following operational condition may be followed. Option A, bypass the oxygen content meter. Option B, use span gas of 2 pieces oxygen content. Use nitrogen gas for showing a desired level below 5. Option D. Use portable oxygen content analyzer and discharge at slow rate. If your main oxygen fixed O2 meter fails, then you have to use a portable O2 meter. So for question number 238, option D, use portable oxygen content analyzer and discharge at slow rate is the correct answer. You have to discharge in the slow rate. You can discharge the system, but you can use a portable gas heater and the rate of discharge should be slow. Question number 239. The chemicals used for cleaning up of deck spill must not be allowed to enter water when a ship is in port. Option A, unless approved chemicals are used for cleanup operation. Option B, unless authorized by master of the ship. Option C, unless authorized by the ship manager. Option D, unless permission has been obtained from the harbor authority. As I said earlier, for ballast water, same concept. You cannot discharge the tank clean water or clean up water from the chemical tanks. Chemicals used, like for the chemical tanks or any cleaning, you use the chemical to clean up. That water cannot be discharged to the port, water. That means discharge overboard the port is not allowed unless you get a permission from the harbor authorities. So for question number 239, option D is the correct answer. Question number 240. What is the flammability range? Option A, vapor concentration range between LEL and UEL, lower explosion limit and upper explosion limit. Option B, vapor concentration below LEL. Option C, vapor concentration above 1% volume. Option D, vapor concentration above UEL. For question number 240, the correct answer is option A. For flammability diagram, flammability range, which I already explained in my previous videos, please refer that video for clear understanding of flammable range and what is LEL, UEL, what is flammable limit, everything will be understood from it. Okay, question number 240, option A is the correct answer. Okay friends, if you like my video, please like. If you want to have updated knowledge and updates on marine field exit exam questions, please subscribe my channel. If you have any suggestions, comments, anywhere if I am wrong, you can correct me in comment box. Thank you.